I'm live. All right. So I've just finished writing the intro to my column for the end of the month. So I thought I'd present it this way because a lot of people like to just listen instead of read stuff. So what we got here is the horoscope for all signs, July 2020. It's a look at what's going on in the sky, in the solar system, the planets in astrology now. And just for the folks that know about it, it is a geocentric, tropical, season-based system here, which is like most public Western modern astrology. So let's go. The sun aligns with retrograde Mercury in Cancer on June 30th, which is in a reflection. On the 1st, Saturn goes retrograde until September 28th. All these retrogrades are suggesting more inner scrutiny. This is fine if you're used to it. I like the term personal research and development. Inner work is the only way to make real change in one's life. Saturn retrograde takes some of the pressure off feeling the need to make progress in the outside world. This is a break from being so urgent and serious. Saturn retrograde is encouraging us to change from old habits of thought and action into new habits. July 20th begins with the third eclipse of the series that began the previous full moon, June 5th. July 4th in most of North America, and July 5th in Eastern Daylight Time in Europe, and is the full moon lunar eclipse. It will be visible in North America, weather permitting. With a little less than half the moon will be in the Earth's shadow, so it won't be that dramatic to see, but you should be able to tell that there's a shadow over part of the moon. You can see it. This is the Cancer to Capricorn full moon, which shows how our emotional condition reflects our cultural and social environment. Sure, it sounds as though this has been going on for several months, yet these three lunations in Cancer 2020 provide focal points around which our feelings and initiatives may coalesce into focuses for determined and purposeful action. We are in the sign Cancer now, which may be all about our feelings and our memories, but these are cardinal signs, which means they are signs of action and initiative. This is a month for making personal emotional shifts that will see us through the creation of our new paths through the shifting social, cultural, and economic environment. Interesting that 2020 holds the rare event of two new moons in Cancer. There was a new moon June 2021 on the solstice at 1 degree Cancer, and on July 20th at 29 degrees Cancer. It is a second chance to make endings and beginnings. The focus for everyone can be to create an environment, inner and or outer, which is conducive to feeling our emotions more fully. It's a time to shake off objectivity and alienation and become more in tune with our human nature and emotional side. The retrograde Mercury in Cancer is square Mars in Aries on July 8th. This is representative of soft versus harsh, sensitivity versus aggression. Keep reactions calm, de-escalate any drama. Mercury resumes direct motion July 12th, when we may get back to thinking straight. However, that does not necessarily mean that our thinking is on the right track. This will be found out during the week at the end of July and the start of August. More on that later. When our thinking is indicated by Mercury butts up against these larger currents of change. July 12th through 20th is a heavy and significant phase. The Sun in Cancer is rolling into opposition to this culturally transformative formation of Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn, supported by Neptune in Pisces. The oppositions are indicators of an enhanced awareness of what is before us, be this a goal or barrier to goals. Here we have the Cancer Sun representing the drive for emotional security, faced with a heightened awareness of changing social, economic, and cultural conditions, which we are all experiencing. We individually decide how to personally react, whether to be fearful and upset or encouraged and eager. The Sun trine Jupiter aspect on Sunday the 12th shows an open flow of unifying spiritual energy, which suggests teaming up and collaboration supports individual security. We are seeing families, tribes, teams, clubs, covens, and groups circle up and support each other. The new moon, July 20th, is not an eclipse, but it may as well be because it is one heavy lunation. This is the unusual second new moon in one sign, which happens only every 2 years or so. It is like a second chance to reset the desire and emotional initiative of 4 weeks ago into manifestation. Yet this time, the Sun and Moon are directly opposite retrograde Saturn in Capricorn. Trying not to seem too political, but ... It is as though we are shown that our systems of governance and exchange are not to be relied upon. We are shown that going back to normal is not beneficial, nor is it moving forward. When concerned about stability, shelter, and emotional security, our most valuable resource is our trusted relationships. When we get into the sign of Leo on July 22nd, with Mercury now direct, Mars in Aries, and being out of careful Cancer, there is a release of pent-up energy. This helps get good ideas on the table for the 22nd and 23rd. The 26th through August 1st is another story. It's a period when disturbing information becomes public. There's a lot going on in the sky. We have the waxing half moon on the 27th, a challenge of taking action on personal beliefs. The huge Jupiter sextile Neptune, an immersion of systems in an awareness of compassion and unity, we can hope. The third Venus square Neptune, a chance to get a shift into the heart thinking and resolve an issue from May. It may not be easy, but it's worth it. The third Mercury square Mars, flare-ups happen when we get emotional about ideas. The 30th to 1st, Mercury opposes Jupiter, trines Neptune, and opposes Pluto. Some semblance of truth comes to light around this time. It is not so much that truth is revealed, it's more like a facade or a mask dissolves. On personal levels, we are individually reassessing our needs and desires in the light of being a part of solutions. As above, so below. As within, so without. How do our personal goals bring us into an enhanced well-being of physical, mental, and spiritual health? Okay. Specifics for each sign are coming.